ठीक है, कौन रीड करेगा इसको?
Should I read?
क्या?
Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying. Nationwide Artificial Insemination Program, NAIP. P, is this one? P11? Phase 2, okay. Phase 2. So, NAIP Phase 2 has been initiated from 1st August 2020 in 604 districts. Objective: enhancing milk production, improving genetic merit of milch animals with high quality seeds. Okay. Salient features: the aim of the program is to inseminate over 1 crore bovines in 6 months and ear tag them with Pashu Aadhaar, which is a unique identification provided to the animals so as to enable the government to identify and track the animals uniquely with all details such as the breed, age, gender, and owner details. Okay. Every cow and buffalo under AI will be tagged and can be tracked through the information network on animal productivity and health, animal productivity and health database, INAPH. Uh, NAIP is a campaign mode genetic upgradation program covering all breeds of bovines to enhance the milk production using low cost breeding technology for improving genetic merit of milch animals with high quality seeds. The gestation period for getting the benefits from the AI bovine is approximately 3 years. What is AI here?
Artificial insemination.
Okay. So, objective is to increase the milk production and improve the genetic merit of the milch animals with high quality seed. Here I didn't understand what is the seed.
I think ये उस sperm के perspective में है सर.
Okay. So then the aim of the program is to inseminate over 1 crore bovines, 6 months, ear tagging them. With this is called ear tagging is called Pashu Aadhaar. It is a unique identification provided to the animals, and it is used to identify the breed, age, gender, and owner details. And every cow and buffalo under AI will be tagged and can be tracked through the tracking can be done through information network on animal productivity and health, INAPH database, and campaign mode genetic upgradation program covering all breeds of bovines to enhance the milk production. That will be all, I guess. The gestation period for getting the benefits is 3 years.
तो बेसिकली इसके अंदर क्या होता है कि ना, ठीक है, आई थिंक इतना काफी है इसमें.
तो मिल्क प्रोडक्शन लिखा है ना, तो वेयर डू वी स्टैंड इन मिल्क प्रोडक्शन करेंटली?
First, I mean, sorry, second.
I think largest producer and largest consumer भी है. I think exporter में
export USA है.
I think प्रोडक्शन में हम फर्स्ट है ना.
हाँ, प्रोडक्शन में हम फर्स्ट हैं और कंजम्पशन में भी फर्स्ट हैं.
ओके. I think even latest livestock census हुआ था ना recently, so even we have largest number of cattle also, right?
करेक्ट. आई थिंक इसका वही रीजन क्या है स्कीम का कि मतलब वो जेनेटिक वो तो हो ही गया, बट क्योंकि जो मतलब बर्थ होता है ना ये कैटल वगैरह का, तो उसमें जब जैसे गाय हो गई तो दैट इज बेनिफिशियल कि उससे मिल्क प्रोडक्शन हो जाएगा. बट अगर वो क्या होता है बुल हो गया तो फिर कोई वो यूटिलिटी का नहीं है. पहले तो फिर भी एज अ मीन्स ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्ट यूज होता था, बट अब उतना यूटिलिटी रहा नहीं उसका. तो दे ट्राई टू अवॉइड, मतलब वो सिलेक्टिव कर लेते हैं कि वो काव वाले जो है वो वही उसके अंदर जाए और फाइनली जो आउटकम है वो काव ही हो इससे. तो इससे जो जैसा यूपी में कई बार देखा है कि these bovines are creating the destruction, क्योंकि बुल वगैरह का कोई यूसेज नहीं है, तो उन चीज़ों को भी अवॉइड करने का एक इसमें आइडिया है.
Correct. I think that's why in our culture, if you see South में Jallikattu etc., there even for bulls there is a place in festivals etc.
Correct.
Right.
Next is food processing industry.
Okay. First one is PM formalization of micro food processing enterprises, PMFME scheme. So objective is providing financial, technical, and business support for upgradation of existing micro food processing enterprises. And who are the beneficiaries? Existing micro food processing enterprises, FPOs or SAGs, or producer cooperatives. So salient features, it is a centrally sponsored scheme. Scheme was launched as a part of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan. Scheme will be implemented over a period of 5 years from 2020 to 2020-21 to 24-25 with an outlay of 10,000 crores. Under the scheme, about 2 lakh FME will be given direct financial assistance in the form of credit linked subsidy. So existing individual micro food processing units, existing individual micro food processing units desirous of upgradation, upgradation of their unit can avail credit linked capital subsidy at 35% of the eligible project cost with a minimum ceiling of rupees 10 lakh per unit. Sanjay, can you zoom in a bit? Okay. So, basically, existing individual micro food processing unit desirous of upgradation of the unit can avail credit linked capital subsidy at 35% of the eligible project cost with a maximum ceiling of rupees 10 lakh. So then seed capital at 40,000 rupees per SHG member would be provided for working capital and purchase of small tools. And FPOs or SHGs or producer cooperatives would be provided credit linked grant of 35% of capital investment along the value chain. Support would be provided through credit linked grant at 35% for development of common infrastructure, including common processing facility, lab, warehouse, cold storage, packaging, and incubation center through FPOs or SHGs or cooperatives, or state-owned agencies or private enterprise to use by micro units in the cluster. Support for marketing and branding would be provided to develop brands for micro units and groups with 50% grant at state or regional level, which could benefit large number of micro units in clusters. Then the expenditure would be shared in 60:40 ratio between center and state or UTs with legislature, and 90:10 ratio with the Northeast and Himalayan states. The scheme adopts a one district, one product, ODODP approach to reap benefit of scale in terms of procurement of inputs, availing common services and marketing of products. The states would identify food products for a district, keeping in view the existing clusters and availability of raw material. State will identify the food product, and the ODOP product could be perishable product based could be a perishable product based product or a cereal based product or a food product widely produced in a district and their allied sectors. Support for common infrastructure and branding and marketing would be for ODOP products. Then the scheme also places focus on waste to wealth products, minor forest product, and aspirational districts. Then the scheme places special focus on capacity building and research. NIFT-EM and IIFT-PT, two academic and research institutes under MOFPI, along with state-level technical institutions selected by the states, would be provided support for training of units, product development, appropriate packaging, and machinery for micro units. Union Bank of India is the nodal bank for its implementation. Expected benefits: the scheme would generate total investment of rupees 35,000 crore, as well as 9 lakh skilled and semi-skilled employment, and benefits 8 lakh units through access to information, training, better exposure, and formalization. So there's a lot of info in this.
Summarize कर पाओगे?
I'll try. Probably I'll again have to go through. If you can summarize, it will be great.
आप ही कर दो अभी तो.
अच्छा, ठीक है. So objective ये है upgradation of existing micro food processing enterprises के लिए beneficiaries भी वही है. and or FPOs or SHGs or producer cooperatives. Okay, and it's a centrally sponsored scheme launched under Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, and scheme will be implemented over 5 years, that is 2020 from now to 24-25, with an outlay of 10,000 crores, and it'll 2 lakh FME will be given direct financial assistance in the form of credit linked subsidy. What is FME?
For SME क्या होगा?
Small micro enterprise.
Okay. Formalized micro enterprise maybe. Yeah. Fair enough. So 2 lakh FMEs will be given direct financial assistance in the form of credit linked subsidy. Okay, and existing food processing units. So whoever is desirous of upgradation of their unit can avail the credit link subsidy with a capital subsidy of 35%. मतलब उनके capital subsidy में 35% मिलेगा, और 10 lakh. 10 lakh is the maximum ceiling. And seed capital is 40,000 rupees per SHG member, provided for working capital and purchase of small tools. So per member it is 40,000 seed capital, and FPOs or SHGs or producer cooperatives would be provided credit link. The same point is given again, 35% of the capital investment. And credit link grant at 35% for development of common infrastructure. And so marketing and branding के लिए भी support मिलेगा, and that is 50% grant at state or regional level. Okay, and as we know, this is the same as centrally sponsored scheme के लिए 60:40 will be for states and UTs with legislature, and 90:10 for Northeast and Himalayan states. Then the scheme adopts one district, one product approach to reap the benefit of the scale. So, and the states will identify the food product for a district. And ODOP product could be perishable. So what are the ODOP products? It can be perishable products, based products, or cereal based products. I think, what is based products?
I think perishable based product लिखा है. So
Okay.
something regarding those, like strawberry का jam बना लिया तो
Okay. So perishable based products or cereal based products or food product widely produced in the district or their allied sectors. Support for common infrastructure and branding and marketing would be provided for ODOP. Then scheme also places focus on waste to wealth products, minor forest produce and aspirational districts. Then it seems there are 2 capacity building and research institutions. There are 2 academic institutions. The scheme places special focus on capacity building and research. Can somebody, do we need to know the full form of this? NIFTEM and IIFPT.
National Institute of Food Technology and I think entrepreneurship था.
Okay.
Not important. मतलब इतना देख लो, NIFTEM और IIFPT है. These are academic institution under MOFPI, मतलब food processing industry के अंदर ये 2 इंस्टीट्यूट बनाए. तो मतलब इंडिया इज ऑल्सो फोकसिंग ऑन एकेडमिक एंगल, मतलब सिर्फ कैपेसिटी बिल्ड, मतलब सिर्फ एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन के पर्सपेक्टिव से नहीं, बट ऑल्सो फ्रॉम द पर्सपेक्टिव कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग, ट्रेंड वर्क फोर्स हो इस फील्ड के अंदर. तो ये निफ्टेम आई थिंक सोनीपत में है, यहाँ पे हरियाणा में.
Okay. The nodal bank is Union Bank of India for its implementation, and through this 35,000 crore total investment of 35,000 crore will be put, and 9 lakh skilled and semi-skilled employment will be generated, and benefits 8 lakh units. It will be benefiting 8 lakh units. That will be all.
So ये था PM formalization of micro processing enterprise. ये important scheme था. Next चलते हैं. हाँ.
Production linked incentive scheme for food processing
तो
industry.
फूड प्रोसेसिंग में FDI कितना है बोलो?
100% है ना?
करेक्ट, 100% ऑटोमेटिक रूट.
Okay. Production linked incentive scheme for food processing industry, PLI SFPI. Okay. Objective is support food manufacturing entities. Just a second, please. Yeah. Objective is support food manufacturing entities with stipulated minimum sales and willing to make minimum stipulated investment for expansion of processing capacity and branding abroad to incentivize emergence of strong Indian brands. I'll just read that again. The objective is support food manufacturing entities with stipulated minimum sales and willing to make minimum stipulated investment for expansion of processing capacity and branding abroad to incentivize emergence of strong Indian brands. Okay. So can you scroll a bit? Support creation of global food manufacturing champions. And then strengthening select Indian brand of food products for global visibility and wider acceptance in the international markets. Then increase employment opportunities of off-farm jobs, ensuring remunerative prices of farm produce and higher income to farmers. Salient features. It's a central sector scheme with an outlay of 10,900 crores. Two components: incentivizing manufacturing of 4 major food product segments such as ready to cook, ready to eat foods, including millet-based products, processed fruit and vegetables, marine products, mozzarella cheese. So, innovative or organic products of SMEs include free-range eggs, poultry, meat, egg products. Okay. Support for branding and marketing abroad to incentivize emergence of strong Indian brands. For promotion of Indian brands abroad, the scheme envisages grant to applicant entities for in-store branding, shelf space renting and marketing. In-store branding, shelf space renting and marketing. So scheme will be implementing over a 6-year period from 21-22 to 26-27 through a project management agency. Scheme will be implemented over 6 years through a project management agency. The scheme is fund limited, that is, cost shall be restricted to approved amount. The maximum incentive payable to each beneficiary shall be fixed in advance at the time of approval of that beneficiary. Regardless of achievements or performance, this maximum shall not be exceeded. Administrative and implementation mechanisms. The scheme would be monitored at center by the empowered group of secretaries chaired by the Cabinet Secretary. Interministerial Approval Committee (IMAC) would approve selection of applicants for coverage under the scheme sanction and release of funds as incentives. The ministry will prepare annual action plan covering various activities for implementation of the scheme. A third-party evaluation and midterm review mechanism would be built in the program. Okay. So, to summarize, this is to increase our support food manufacturing entities with stipulated minimum sales, willing to pay minimum stipulated investment for expansion of processing capacity and branding abroad to incentivize emergence of strong Indian brands. So I think they should be willing to pay minimum stipulated investment.
I think जितना PLI में देख रहे थे ना, सब में एक चीज कॉमन है कि they have to continue increasing their minimum, मतलब सेल को तो इंक्रीज करना ही है, एंड ऑल्सो शुड मतलब इंक्रीज करते रहना है अपना इन्वेस्टमेंट लेवल भी. तभी उनको ये फंडिंग में रखा जाएगा, ठीक है। बेसिकली वो जो बाकी सारी PLI स्कीम्स का आइडिया था दैट वी हैव टू इंक्रीज मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इन दोज सेक्टर्स, ठीक है। तो वही सेम लाइंस पे ये चीज भी है। और वो मतलब बाकी जो आइडिया था कि जैसे बाकी में भी देख रहे थे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग बूस्ट करना, वहाँ पे यहाँ पे भी सेम आइडिया है कि इंडिया का फूड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग है उसको इतना इंक्रीज करना है कि वो ग्लोबल लेवल पे उनकी विजिबिलिटी आए, ठीक है। अभी एज सच इंडियन मतलब फूड प्रोडक्ट्स स्पेशली आर नॉट वेरी मच प्रोमिनेंट इन द इंटरनेशनल मार्केट। ऐसे कुछ ब्रांड्स बनाए जाए, ये एक आइडिया है। वही strengthen selected Indian brands of food for global visibility, and then along with this increase employment opportunity for off job market, ठीक है। तो जो प्रेशर बहुत ज्यादा हमारा एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर है उस पे से थोड़ा टेक ऑफ करके हम इस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर में ला सकते हैं, एंड ensuring remunerative prices of farm produce and higher income, ठीक है। when these मतलब डायरेक्ट लिंकेजेस हो जाएंगे फार्मर के साथ ऐसी कंपनीज के, तो ऑटोमेटिकली उसके जो फार्मर्स का जो इनकम है वो राइज हो, ठीक है। तो ये एक आइडिया था इसके अंदर। और जैसे कि हमने देखा मोस्ट ऑफ द प्रोडक्शन लिंक स्कीम आर सेंट्रल सेक्टर स्कीम, तो ये भी वही सेम चीज है। आउटले 10,000 करोड़ का इसके अंदर, और इंसेंटिवाइज कर रहा है मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ऑफ 4 मेजर फूड प्रोडक्ट सेगमेंट, ठीक है। तो ये फूड प्रोडक्ट सेगमेंट है, इनको थोड़ा देख लो। फर्स्ट इज मिलेट बेस्ड, देन प्रोसेस्ड फ्रूट्स एंड वेजिटेबल, थर्ड इज मराइन प्रोडक्ट्स, एंड फोर्थ इज मोज़रेला चीज, ठीक है। तो ये 4 मेजर सेगमेंट्स है जिसके अंदर ये स्कीम इंसेंटिवाइज करेगा इंडिया के अंदर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग को। देन इसके अलावा इनोवेटिव ऑर्गेनिक प्रोडक्ट्स ऑफ SMEs, small medium enterprise including free ranges like eggs, poultry, meat, egg products, तो उनको भी इसमें प्रमोट किया जाएगा। सपोर्ट फॉर ब्रांडिंग एंड मार्केटिंग अब्रॉड टू इंसेंटिवाइज द इमर्जेंस ऑफ स्ट्रॉन्ग इंडियन ब्रांड्स, वो जो हम पहले ऑब्जेक्टिव में पॉइंट देखा था उसी चीज को इंश्योर करने के लिए कि कुछ इंडिया के ब्रांड जो है वो ग्लोबल लेवल पे विजिबिलिटी बनाए, तो उनके लिए इंक्रीज शेल्फ स्पेस दिया जाएगा, मार्केटिंग का जो कॉस्ट है वो उनको दिया जाएगा, और इन स्टोर ब्रांडिंग मतलब जो भी इंडिया के बेस स्टोर हैं आउटसाइड अब्रॉड के अंदर उनको भी वहाँ पे इंश्योर करा जाएगा कि उनका ब्रांडिंग हो वहाँ पे। तो बाकी स्कीम्स की तरह हमने देखा कि एक प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट एजेंसी होगी, बाकी PLI स्कीम्स में भी थी और इसमें भी है। पीरियड है स्कीम का फॉर 6 years स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम 21-22 टू 26-27, ठीक है। और जैसे कि हमने बाकी PLI स्कीम्स में भी देखा था वही सेम चीज है कि फंड भी लिमिटेड है, मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि हर किसी को आएगा और उसको फंड दे दिया जाएगा। ओनली अ सेलेक्ट कंपनीज विल बी सिलेक्टेड बाय द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ फूड एंड प्रोसेसिंग, वो सिलेक्ट करेगी किस किस कंपनी को इसके अंदर ये बेनिफिट्स देने हैं, ठीक है। देन एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव एंड इम्प्लीमेंटेशन मैकेनिज्म, एक एम्पावर्ड ग्रुप ऑफ सेक्रेटरीज होगा चेयर्ड बाय कैबिनेट सेक्रेटरी, एन इंटर मिनिस्ट्रियल अप्रूवल कमिटी which would approve the selection of applicants for the coverage under this, ठीक है। तो अल्टीमेटली जो कंट्रोल है कि किसको सिलेक्ट करना है वो मिनिस्ट्रीज के पास ही है, ठीक है। Then the ministry will prepare annual action plan covering various activities for the implementation of the scheme. A third party evaluation and a mid-term review mechanism would also be built in the program. तो इवैल्यूएशन क्यों करना जरूरी है, क्योंकि हमने एक क्लॉज रखा हुआ है कि उसको मिनिमम स्टिपुलेटेड इन्वेस्टमेंट करते रहना है उसके अंदर, या फिर इंक्रीमेंटल सेल के ऊपर ही उसे सब्सिडी देनी है, मतलब इंसेंटिव देना है, तो इसलिए वो उसका चेक करता रहना भी जरूरी है। तो ये था PLI for food processing industry.
Restructured or modified schemes. Operation Greens. Objective: enhancing value realization of TOP farmers by targeted interventions. To strengthen TOP production clusters and their farmer producer organizations FPOs, and linking or connecting them with the market. So price stabilization for producers and consumers, price stabilizations for producers and consumers by proper production planning in the TOP clusters, and introduction of dual use varieties. Grants in aid. The pattern of assistance will comprise of grants in aid at the rate of 50% of the other objectives: reduction in post-harvest losses by creation of farm gate infrastructure, development of suitable agro-logistics, creation of appropriate storage capacity linking consumption centers to increase shelf life. So increase in food processing capabilities and value addition in top value chain with firm linkages with production clusters, setting up of a market intelligence network to collect and collate real-time data on demand and supply and price of top crops. Salient features. The scheme was announced in the budget speech of 2018-19 with an outlay of 500 crores to stabilize the supply of tomato, onion, and potato top. Government has laid down special strategy and grants in aid under the scheme to ensure enhanced production of top crops and to augment value chain. And strategy for Operation Greens. Short-term price stabilization measures. National Agriculture Cooperative Marketing Federation of India Limited, NAFED, will be the nodal agency to implement price stabilization measures. Food Processing Ministry will provide 50% of the subsidy on the following two components: transportation of top crops from production to storage, hiring of appropriate storage facilities for top crops, long-term integrated value chain development projects such as capacity building of FPOs and their consortium, quality production, post-harvest processing facilities, agri-logistics, marketing or consumption points, and creation and management of e-platform for demand and supply management of top crops. Grants in aid. The pattern of assistance will comprise of grants in aid at rate of 50% of the eligible project costs in all areas, subject to maximum of 50 crores per project. For FPOs, the grants in aid will be at a rate of 70%. Okay. Okay. Eligible organization would include state agriculture and other marketing federations, FPOs, cooperatives, companies, SHGs, food processors, logistic operators, service providers, supply chain operators, retail and wholesale chains, and central and state governments and their entities or organizations which will be eligible to participate in the program and to avail financial assistance. Market Intelligence and Early Warning System, MIEWS portal. It was launched to provide real-time monitoring of prices of top and for simultaneously generating alerts for intervention under the terms of Operation Green Scheme. It will enable the government to monitor the supply situation for timely market interventions and price stabilization in case of a price crash during a glut. Portal will disseminate information related to top crops such as prices and arrivals, area, yield and production, crop calendars, and crop agronomy in an easy-to-use visual format. So the government also intends to utilize the 28 centers of excellence under Indo-Israel cooperation for the demonstration of new technologies in the production and supply of quality planting material and capacity building to farmers under the scheme. Recent changes. In December 2020, it was extended from top to other notified horticulture crops, top to total, to protect the growers of fruits and vegetables from making distress sale due to lockdown and reduce the post-harvest losses. The scheme provides subsidy for their transportation and storage from surplus production area to major consumption centers. Eligible crops: fruits, mango, banana, guava, lychee, papaya, citrus, pineapple, pomegranate, jackfruit. And vegetables: French beans, bitter gourd, brinjal, capsicum, carrot, cauliflower, chilies, okra, onion, potato, and tomato. Any other fruit or vegetable can be added in the future on the basis of recommendation by Ministry of Agriculture or state government. Duration of scheme for the period of 6 months from the date of notification, that is 11 June 2020. Pattern of assistance: Ministry will provide a subsidy at 50% of the cost of the following two components, subject to cost norms: transportation of eligible crops from surplus production cluster to consumption center, or hiring of appropriate storage facilities for eligible crops for maximum of period of 3 months. One is transportation, the other is storage. Okay. So Operation Greens, the objective is enhancing value realization of top farmers and top crops, top production clusters, and their FPOs, and linking and connecting with the market. So Sanjay, can you scroll down? Okay. So it also its other objective is price stabilization for producers and consumers by proper production planning in the top clusters, and introduction of dual use varieties.
किसको ये ड्यूअल यूज वैरायटी का आइडिया है क्या? ये क्या मतलब यहाँ पे सिग्निफिकेंस है?
So other objective is reduction in post-harvest losses and creation of farm gate infrastructure. Does anybody know farm gate infrastructure?
APMC mandi होता है.
Okay, okay. Right. And development of suitable agro-logistics. And another objective is increase in food processing capacities and value addition in top value chains with firm linkages and with production clusters. Another objective is setting up of market intelligence network to collect and collate real-time data on demand and supply and price of top crops. So salient features is it was announced in budget 2018 to 19, and its outlay is 500 crores to stabilize the supply of top crops. And government has laid down special strategy and grants in aid. Okay. And strategy for operations is.
अच्छा, इसमें पीएम आशा स्कीम थी, उसमें कौन कौन से कब वो थे? ऑयल सीड्स था और क्या था उसमें? पीएम आशा वाली स्कीम में जिसमें 3 कंपोनेंट नहीं थे, एक तो प्राइस डेफिशिएंसी
आई थिंक
और प्रोक्योरमेंट भी कुछ था शायद.
एक पीएसएस था, प्राइस सपोर्ट स्कीम, एक पीडीपीएस था, प्राइस डेफिशिएंसी पेमेंट स्कीम, और एक प्राइवेट प्रोक्योरमेंट वाला था.
तो उसमें भी फिक्स था, मतलब शायद ऑयल सीड्स था और 2 और चीज
वो एक्सटेंड कर बढ़ा दिया था उसका कवरेज.
अच्छा,
ऑयल सीड्स एंड पल्सेस थे आई थिंक.
अच्छा, और वो भी था नारियल का पानी भी था, कोपरा नारियल.
हाँ, मतलब जिन पे एमएसपी मिल रहा था ना, वो सारे इंक्लूडेड थे उसमें.
23 हो गए थे ना, 23 क्रॉप हो गई थी टोटल, कुछ ऐसा नंबर.
मतलब बेसिकली अगर देखा जाए तो मंडीज के अंदर एफसीआई जो है वो सिर्फ 2 क्रॉप्स को एक्चुअली एमएसपी मिलता है फार्मर्स को, दैट इज वीट एंड राइस. बाकी क्रॉप्स पे सिर्फ निकालते हैं, उनको एमएसपी नहीं मिलता है, मतलब खरीदती नहीं है सरकार. तो पीएम आशा में थे कि हम ये स्कीम को मतलब एक्सटेंड कर दें और लोगों से प्रोक्योर कर लें. तो आई थिंक उसके लिए पीएम आशा के लिए नाफेड ही था ना, इम्प्लीमेंटिंग एजेंसी.
हाँ, नाफेड ही करता है सारा वो सब मार्केटिंग वाली जो.
करेक्ट. मतलब एसटीआई का जो रोल है उससे आगे निकलना पड़ेगा अगर एक्चुअली में फार्मर्स को एमएसपी का बेनिफिट देना है. तो उस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से इम्पोर्टेंट था.
Okay. Shall I continue?
हाँ, please.
So strategy for operations is the short-term price stabilization measures it's under NAFED, and that is the nodal agency. NAFED is the nodal agency, and this is to implement price stabilization, and 50% of subsidy will be given by Food Processing Ministry under Yeah.
नाफेड कौन सी मिनिस्ट्री के अंडर आता है?
कॉमर्स में है?
नहीं, एग्रीकल्चर ही नहीं है,
एग्रीकल्चर ही है।
नाम में ही है एग्रीकल्चर।
Sorry.
नहीं, वो एक्चुअली ना फूड प्रोसेसिंग यहाँ लिखा हुआ है, तो कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं, मे बी फूड प्रोसेसिंग। बाकी एपिडा इज अंडर कॉमर्स वाला, ठीक है, एपिडा अलग।
Okay, so MOFP will be giving 50% of subsidy under, one is for transportation, the other one is for storage facility. Hiring of appropriate storage facility for top crops, and then long-term integrated value chain development projects such as capacity building of FPOs, their consortium, and quality. It is again quality production, post-harvest processing facilities, agri-logistics, marketing or consumption points, and creation and management of e-platform for demand and supply of management of top crops. So the grants in aid, it comprises of grants in aid at rate of 50% of the eligible project cost in all areas. But for FPOs, the grants in aid will be 70%. And the maximum amount will be 50 crores per project. 50% of the eligible project cost and 50 crores is the maximum grant in aid for per project, and 70% is for FPOs. So eligible organization would include state agriculture and other marketing federations. So this and all, like, you know, whoever comes in the supply chain. So FPOs, cooperatives, companies, SHGs, food processors, logistic operators, service providers, supply chain operators, retail and wholesale chains, and center and state governments and their entities or organizations. They'll all be eligible to participate in the program to avail the financial assistance. So Market Intelligence and Early Warning System, MIEWS portal, launched to provide real-time monitoring of prices of tops. This is for real-time monitoring of prices, and simultaneously generates alerts for intervention under the terms of Operation Greens. It will enable the government to monitor the supply situation for timely market interventions for price stabilizations, and top crops such as and price stabilization, prices and arrivals, area, yield and production, crop calendars and crop agronomy, and it shows this in a easy to use visual format. And the government intends to utilize the 28 centers of excellence under Indo-Israel cooperation for demonstration of new technologies. So in production and supply of quality planting material and capacity building to farmers under the scheme. Recent changes, it was extended from top to other notified horticulture crops, top to total. And the scheme provides subsidy for the transportation and storage. Eligible crops hai fruits. Should I read it again?
नहीं, ऊपर से पढ़ दो बस category.
Okay. Fruits, vegetables, any other fruit or vegetable that can be added later on, and it is added based on recommendation of Ministry of Agriculture or the state government. Duration of the scheme is 6 months from the date of notification, and the pattern of assistance is Ministry will provide subsidy of 50% of the cost of following two components, again transportation and storage. 50% of the cost of the following.
तो ये था मॉडिफाइड ऑपरेशन ग्रीन. नेक्स्ट अब कोई और पढ़ेगा?
Okay, तो next scheme is PM Kisan, Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana. So YN News, various projects have been launched under the scheme in previous 1 year. Okay, so it is the objective to supplement agriculture, modernize processing, and decrease agri waste. So agri waste also, we discussed, right? I think we waste around more than 15%. I think we discussed from vegetables, fruits, everything we waste. And then so we have to minimize waste, modernize processing, and supplement agriculture. So salient features are, it is a central sector scheme. The scheme was initially named Sampada, Scheme for Agro-Marine Processing and Development of Agro-Processing Clusters. It is an umbrella scheme incorporating ongoing schemes and also new schemes of the Ministry of Food Processing Industry. So this is an umbrella scheme now. So it is a comprehensive package which will result in creation of modern infrastructure with efficient supply chain management from farm gate to retail outlet. So farm gate to retail outlet, efficient supply chain management. So this hits directly to the GS3 syllabus, supply chain. Okay, and then ये जो है model, if you see at the center there is mega food park. I think CPC, Central Processing Center. So from farmer group, it will be collected to PPC, Primary Processing Center, and from PPC, everything will arrive at CPC, Central Processing Sector, and then वहाँ पर value addition होगा, and then it will be exported, imported. So it is a central sector scheme approved for a period of 2016 to 20. Okay, components include the first 4 are the ongoing schemes. First 4 concepts. Okay, the first 4 are the ongoing schemes, whereas the last 3 are the new schemes launched under Sampada Yojana. So if you see first one, Mega Food Park, setting up of modern food processing units with well-established supply chain. It is implemented by a special purpose vehicle. Okay. So currently there are how many Mega Food Parks? Any idea?
तो याद नहीं है.
I think somewhere around 10 to ऐसा कुछ ना.
18 है क्या?
पतंजलि के हैं 2-3 मेरे ख्याल से.
हाँ, वो number देख लो. Okay. And then I mean not informed for prelims but mains के लिए integrated cold chain, value addition and preservation infrastructure. So to provide cold chain facility without any break from the farm gate to consumer. Okay. And then the project is set up by companies, self-help groups, farmer producer organizations, NGOs. Okay, so again a collaborative model is there. And then creation / expansion of food processing preservation capacities. So in this, to create processing preservation capacities and modernization / expansion of existing food processing units. The project is set up by companies, SHGs, FPOs, NGOs. Again, same thing. And then food safety and quality assurance infrastructure. It has 2 components. So food safety, so setting up and upgradation of quality control food testing laboratories. HACCP, I'm not sure what it is, / ISO standards, food safety quality management systems. So maintenance of standards basically. And then infrastructure for agro processing clusters. So infrastructure, so development of modern infrastructure and common facilities to encourage group of entrepreneurs to set up food processing units based on cluster approach. So cluster approach will give that economies of scale. So select cluster approach. And then scheme for creation of backward and forward linkages. So for setting up of primary processing centers / collection centers at farm gate and modern retail outlets at the front end, along with connectivity through insulated refrigerated transport. So you can understand it. Backward is from the farmer end, forward is towards the retail. And then human resources and institutions for demand-driven R&D, promotional activities like seminars, workshops, fairs, exhibitions, and sector-specific skill development. Okay.
I think summarize ऐसा करने जैसे तो कुछ है नहीं इसके अंदर, है ना? Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Ayushman Bharat.
Okay.
इसको कर चुके हैं बट रिवाइज करना है क्या?
Yes.
चलो ठीक है कर लेते.
Okay, so if you see now, remember economic survey में एक पूरा chapter था इसके ऊपर. So recently Ayushman Bharat Sehat scheme was launched to extend health insurance coverage to all residents of Jammu Kashmir. So it would operate on insurance mode in convergence with PMJ and would be portable across India. So I think इसको हमने multiple बार सुना था कि आयुष्मान भारत is similar to the earlier RSBY scheme, which was also portable. So objective is to achieve the vision of universal health coverage, to meet the SDGs and its underlying commitment, which is to leave no one behind. So which SDG is this?
3.
Three.
Okay. And then salient features. So 1 to 5 bolo SDG quickly.
Zero poverty,
Hunger.
and zero
Health.
hunger. Third, good health. Fourth, quality education,
Yes, sir.
and
Fifth,
fifth was
Gender. Gender.
gender.
Sixth.
Water
Water.
and sanitation.
Correct. Okay. Next आते हैं salient features. So this flagship scheme was launched as recommended by National Health Policy 2017 to achieve the vision of universal health coverage. So National Health Policy के lines में है. This initiative has been designed to meet the SDG goals 3 हमने discuss किया and its underlying commitment, which is to leave no one behind. So this scheme aims to undertake path-breaking interventions to holistically address the healthcare system, covering prevention, promotion, and ambulatory care at the primary, secondary, and tertiary level. So Ayushman Bharat, all the 3 levels are covered. Okay, so primary, secondary, tertiary, and then 2 interrelated components are health and wellness centers. So health and wellness center will hit directly to the primary component, and then PMJ will hit to secondary and tertiary component. So if you see first health and wellness centers for primary healthcare, so this component is funded through National Health Mission. So National Health Mission आ गया. Aim is to deliver comprehensive primary healthcare. It covers both maternal and child health services and non-communicable diseases, including free essential drugs and diagnostic services. So currently in India, which disease dominates? Non-communicable or communicable?
non-communicable हो गई ना.
हाँ करेक्ट. अभी तो क्रॉस हो गया ना. 60% था ना we discussed.
Correct, 60%, और I think communicable का काफी कम हो गया.
And then PMJ.
non-communicable और NCD में किसका परसेंटेज आई है, किस डिसीज का?
हार्ट अटैक है क्या?
शायद कार्डियक का है शायद. एक बार चेक कर लें, लेकिन शायद यही है.
सर्वर में एक टेबल हमने पता याद नहीं. Okay. Next is PMJ for secondary and tertiary care. So this is centrally sponsored. So it launched in 2018. It is the largest health assurance scheme in the world. I think insurance, है ना? It was earlier known as NHPS, National Health Protection Scheme, before being rechristened. The households included are based on the deprivation and occupational criteria of SECC. So with this we discussed. Now, deprivation criteria is for rural and occupational criteria is for urban. For rural and urban respectively. It subsumed the then existing RSBY, which had been launched in 2008. So पूरा अनिल स्वरूप जी का book में था. Therefore, it also covers the families that were covered in RSBY but are not present in the SECC 2011 database.
RSBY कब आई थी?
2008. लिखा ना यहाँ.
And then PMJ is a fully funded by the government, and the cost of implementation is shared between central and state governments. Okay. NHA is the implementation body.
I think इसको summarize करने की जरूरत नहीं है, है ना? Early paper. Next चल रहा है National Health Mission.
So National Health Mission, this is also important. So even why in news if you see, even has been used with the requisite customization during COVID pandemic for ensuring continuation of the essential immunization services and protecting our children and pregnant mothers against vaccine preventable diseases. I think even का context दिया है. So now we'll come to the scheme. So objective is a reduction in child and maternal mortality. So currently what is our value? याद है?
तो नहीं आ रहा
2.3
2.3 मेटर्नल मोर्टेलिटी तो
2.3
अराउंड 100 था ना कुछ।
130 है शायद।
हाँ
नहीं
115
वो फर्टिलिटी रेट है शायद 2.3 वाला।
112 है शायद MMR इस समय।
70
हाँ करेक्ट
टारगेट
जो
करेक्ट 70 टारगेट था, वी आर एट
70
अराउंड
SDG
115।
SDG टारगेट।
राइट
हाँ
ओके
2.3 वाला वो फर्टिलिटी रेट होगा।
हाँ TFR है वो।
वो 2.1 हाँ 2.
1 या 2.3।
नहीं वो रिप्लेसमेंट रेट 2.1, हम लोग ऑलमोस्ट है 2.1 पे ही है, 2.2 पे है, 3 पे नहीं है, 2.3 नहीं है।
2.2 पे है अपन लोग, 2.1 चाहिए पे हो जाएंगे
हाँ
ओके
ओके। सो
कंट्रोल
नेक्स्ट
किया
है
तो।
हाँ हाँ एंड नेक्स्ट है प्रिवेंशन एंड कंट्रोल ऑफ कम्युनिकेबल एंड नॉन कम्युनिकेबल डिजीजेस। तो फिर ना बोथ आर देयर, राइट? कम्युनिकेबल नॉन कम्युनिकेबल बोथ आर देयर, इंक्लूडिंग लोकली एंडेमिक डिजीजेस। तो कुछ एग्जांपल दे सकते हैं क्या लोकल एंडेमिक डिजीजेस का इंडिया में?
आई थिंक चमकी बुखार वो था ना जो
हाँ काला अजर।
बिहार। काला अजर
जापानीज
तो
इंसेफ्लाइटिस था ना।
Both is
काला
same.
अजर तो आई थिंक नहीं डिफरेंट है।
अच्छा,
जापानीज एंसेफेलाइटिस इज
चमकी बुखार।
हाँ चमकी बुखार। तो दैट इज मतलब ब्रेन से रिलेटेड है, और काला अजर आई थिंक सैंड फ्लाई है वो कुछ क्रिएट करता
वो
है।
दमदम बोलते हैं उसे शायद, और भी नाम है उसके।
हाँ दमदम बोलते हैं।
ये
और
हाँ वो
जापानीज
भी,
इंसेफ्लाइटिस और ये
वो
चमकी
बिहार
बुखार
में
एक
है
ही
ना?
है ना।
हाँ एक ही है एक ही है।
हाँ बिहार में था केसेस।
एंड
बहुत
देयर इज
सारे
वन मोर
बच्चे।
ना,
इंसेफेलाइटिस
ओ
ये
वो
होता
बोलते
है
थे क्या?
क्यूलेक्स मॉस्किटो से।
ओके
किसका?
जापानीज वाला।
जापानीज इंसेफ्लाइटिस।
हाँ क्यूलेक्स होता
ओके।
है।
Okay, moving on. Access to integrated comprehensive primary healthcare. तो integrated primary healthcare भी है. Population stabilization, gender and demographic balance. I think यहाँ पर जो हमने डिस्कस किया ना 2.1 2.2 वो यहाँ पर आएगा. And then revitalize the local health traditions and mainstream आयुष. तो आयुष का component भी है. Universal access to public services for food and nutrition, sanitation and hygiene, and universal access to public healthcare services with emphasis on services addressing women's and children's health and universal immunization. तो यूनिवर्सल इम्यूनाइजेशन के लिए मिशन इंद्रधनुष है, राइट? तो प्रमोशन ऑफ हेल्दी लाइफस्टाइल्स, ओके। तो इसके लिए योगा वगैरह
ये
है।
सारे मिशन इंद्रधनुष वाले सारे वो बताओ कौन कौन से हैं।
बहुत सारे हैं भाई, वो पिंक का पर्टोसिस सब कुछ है उसमें। इन्फ्लुएंजा भी है ना उसमें।
सात ही
हाँ
है ना।
बोल दो एक बार। 5 6 है ना, कुछ 7 है ना?
7
बढ़ गए थे
इंद्रधनुष होगा
यार।
तो 7।
डिप्थीरिया
मतलब और एक जोड़ा था।
ट्यूबरक्लोसिस है। हाँ वो
इंटेंसिफाइड
12 हो या 13।
हाँ 12-13 है यार।
रुबेला
हाँ रुबेला भी था।
हेपेटाइटिस।
इस पर प्रीलिम्स में वो न्यूमोकॉकल पूछ लिया था ना, न्यूमो, वो भी है शायद।
हाँ ये देख लो। तो 12 वैक्सीन प्रिवेंटेबल डिजीज है। डिप्थेरिया, whooping cough, tetanus, tuberculosis, hepatitis B, meningitis, pneumonia, hemophilus influenza type B infection, Japanese encephalitis, rotavirus, pneumococcal conjugate vaccine and measles rubella. तो ये 12 टाइप्स की डिजीज है। आई थिंक मोस्ट ऑफ देम शायद उससे ही होती हैं, क्या नाम बोलते हैं, वायरस से। हाँ बट आई थिंक कुछ एक एक्सेप्शन है, जैसे ट्यूबरकुलोसिस हो गया, मेनिंजाइटिस भी आई थिंक हो सकती है बैक्टीरिया से। बाकी देखने का
जापानीज वो तो पैरासाइट हो गए ना। जापानीज
नहीं
इंसेफ्लाइटिस।
वो तो वेक्टर होता है।
अच्छा
आई थिंक
ये
डिजीज वो
न्यूमोकॉकल भी कॉन्जुगेट है ना, कॉन्जुगेट मींस बोथ, इट कैन बी बैक्टीरिया एज वेल एज वायरस। ओके वापस चलते हैं। So, okay. So salient features is it is a major instrument of financing and support to the states to strengthen public health systems and healthcare delivery. So इसमें central state funding pattern is 60-40 for all states with effect from 15-16 except northeast and other hilly states. Jammu, Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, for which it is 90-10. So generally it is 60-40, for others it is 90-10. Financing to the states is based on states program implementation plan. Okay, states PIP है. And then initiative if you see NRHM के अंडर आशा वर्कर्स जननी सुरक्षा योजना. तो जननी सुरक्षा योजना के instead we have now प्रधानमंत्री मातृत्व वंदन योजना, राइट?
नहीं अभी भी है जननी सुरक्षा योजना.
हाँ ये भी है, बट वो दैट इज आल्सो सर्विंग द सेम पर्पस, मातृ वंदन योजना.
एक और स्कीम है जो PMSMA बोलते हैं, प्रधानमंत्री सुरक्षा मातृत्व अभियान, जिसमें कि 9th मंथ पर देते हैं ना, हर 9 महीने तक. तो बहुत अनकॉमन है लेकिन है न्यूज में. वो
माँ बोलते हैं ना, मदर्स एब्सोल्यूट अफेक्शन, वही है क्या?
नहीं वो तो अलग है. इसका फुल फॉर्म ही है प्रधानमंत्री SMA, मतलब कि सुरक्षित मातृत्व अभियान होगा. हाँ, जिसमें हर महीने के 9th मंथ पे टिल द 9. हाँ
ब्लू में आके देखोगे तो
नहीं दे रहा है क्या?
अरे आगे दिया हुआ है, सॉरी यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है.
7th वाले में दिया हुआ है.
हाँ 1.17 है.
ये
ओके.
जननी सुरक्षा योजना ये इंस्टीट्यूशनल डिलीवरी वाला था ना?
हाँ राइट.
कि उनको मतलब फ्री एम्बुलेंस दिया जाएगा, फ्री सिजेरियन दिया जाएगा, और फिर वहां से वापस घर ले जाने का जो वो है ना, वो
ऑब्जेक्टिव है इंस्टीट्यूशनल डिलीवरी को प्रमोट करना.
Objective is to reduce maternal mortality by institutional delivery.
Okay.
So जननी शिशु सुरक्षा कार्यक्रम, and then national mobile medical unit. Okay, and then राष्ट्रीय बाल स्वास्थ्य कार्यक्रम. थोड़ा स्क्रॉल डाउन करो. And then it is mother and child health wings. Reproductive, maternal, newborn, child and adolescent health, free drugs and free diagnostic services, district knowledge and district hospital and knowledge center, mainstreaming Ayush. So यही है पूरा. So NHM is holistic. It covers almost all components. 2 sub schemes इसमें है NRHM and NUHM, rural urban, states that show improved progress made on key outcomes / outputs on IMR, MMR, immunization, number and production of quality certified health certified health facilities can receive additional funds as incentives. So there is incentive based also. EVIN is being implemented under NHM. So EVIN is under this. It aims to provide real-time information on vaccine stocks, flows, storage, temperatures across all cold chain points in the country. EVIN combines state-of-art technology, strong IT infrastructure, trained human resource to enable real-time monitoring of stock, storage temperature of the vaccine, etc. So many people were telling because of EVIN experience, we CoWIN platform also streamline बहुत जल्दी हो गया ऐसा कुछ. Okay. So next है NRHM. So NRHM again rural area to provide accessible, affordable, quality healthcare to the rural population, especially the vulnerable groups. The next objective is establishing a fully functional, community-owned, decentralized health delivery. So key points है. System with intersectoral convergence at all levels to ensure simultaneous action on a wide range of wide range of determinants of health. So these are the determinants of health. If you see water, इसीलिए ना bare necessity index में these are all there. Water is there, sanitation, education, nutrition, social and gender equality. So these are the determinants of health. Okay. And then salient features is it was launched in 2005 with a special focus on empowered action group states as well as northeastern states, Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh. Okay. अभी कितने हैं empowered action states? Anyone knows? Not all. I think some states only. Bimaru built. If anyone knows, you can tell. So EAG states as well as North.
8 states. 8 states.
Okay, कौन से हैं?
झारखंड, यूपी, छत्तीसगढ़ और एमपी, फिर बिहार, मध्य प्रदेश, एमपी बोला, राजस्थान, ओडिशा.
Okay, that पूरा हिंदी
Where?
heartland.
उत्तराखंड. हाँ.
हाँ, नो कन्नड़.
हाँ, करेक्ट. ठीक है. तो EAG 8 states है. Okay. Center state funding pattern 60-40. I think same है. 60-40 for all states and rest के लिए 90-10. Okay. The thrust of the mission is on establishing a fully functional community-owned decentralized health delivery system with intersectoral convergence. I think same points ये repeat कर. Okay. Convergence at all levels to ensure simultaneous action on a wide range of determinants of पूरा same है, right? Water, sanitation, education, nutrition, social and gender equality. Okay. So initiatives under NRHM, I think we saw na same Asha, Janani Suraksha Yojana, mobile units, Shishu Suraksha Karyakram, Rashtriya Bal Swasthya Karyakram, mother and child health wings, reproductive, maternal, newborn, child and adolescent health, free drugs and diagnostic services, district hospital and knowledge center, mainstreaming Ayush. Okay. Cities and towns with a population of below 50,000. So below 50,000 will continue to be covered under NRHM. So I think ये key figure है.
National Urban Health Mission.
Okay, so National Urban Mission में to meet the healthcare needs of urban population with a focus on यहाँ पर vulnerable, that is urban poor, slum dwellers, by making available to them essential primary healthcare services. तो स्लम dwellers का परसेंटेज कितना है एज पर लेटेस्ट सेंसस?
दो 2011 वाले सेंसस की बात कर रहे हैं ना?
हाँ. कुछ 17% ऐसा था ना स्लम dwellers का परसेंटेज. Okay, देखेंगे बाद में. And reduce the out of pocket expenditure. So this also we saw, right? Survey recommendation. 65% currently is the out of pocket expenditure. So salient features are it would cover all the state capitals, district headquarters and cities, towns with a population of more than 50,000. So where there we saw less than 50,000 it is NRHM. So more than 50,000 it would be NUHM. So need-based city-specific urban healthcare systems, partnership with community and local bodies and NGOs, district health action plan. Same है यहाँ पर भी center state funding pattern 60-40 for all states and rest है 90-10. Okay, so this is same. Under the program, the support is being provided by Asian Development Bank. हाँ, यहाँ पर twist आ गया. It is Asian Development Bank based on the progress related to certain indicators. So ADB का headquarters बोलो.
फिलीपींस. अरे मनीला.
हाँ, right. तो largest shareholder कौन सा है उसमें?
जापान है ना?
चाइना.
नहीं.
दोनों इक्वल थे ना कोई?
जापान और यूएस इक्वल है.
हाँ वही.
यूएस एंड जापान.
चाइना तो नहीं है, right? So next, for service delivery infrastructure, it provides urban primary health center, urban community health center, and referral hospitals and outreach services. Okay. So referral services भी है. And for community process, it includes Mahila Arogya Samiti and Asha link worker. So again, community angle is always there. Health के लिए. ओके
लास्ट
So next
इसको
is-
स्कीम को, हाँ कोई और पढ़ेगा क्या?
हाँ पढ़ लो।
लाश पढ़ना है क्या? ये क्या हो गया, कब तक गए क्या?
हाँ जननी सुरक्षा योजना objective है reducing maternal and infant mortality by promoting institutional delivery among pregnant women। तो वही अपना टारगेट जो करना है अपने को। IMR कितना है अपना? ठीक है। फिर इंटेंडेड बेनिफिशियरी जो रहेंगे वो प्रेग्नेंट वुमेन रहेंगे और न्यूबॉर्न बेबीज रहेंगे ऑब्वियसली।
तो IMR चेक कर रहा था, इट इज अराउंड 28 आ रहा है। ओके 28 per 1000
टारगेट भी है क्या?
टारगेट डाल दूंगा कमेंट में।
सोशल इश्यूज क्या हुआ पूरा देखेंगे।
तो जननी सुरक्षा योजना is 100% centrally sponsored scheme and it integrates cash assistance with delivery and post-delivery care. Eligible pregnant women are entitled for cash assistance irrespective of the age of mother and number of children for giving birth in a government or accredited private health aid facility. तो नंबर ऑफ चिल्ड्रन से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा, सबके लिए रहेगा ये। फिर BPL प्रेग्नेंट वुमेन जो रहेंगे who prefers to deliver at home are entitled to a cash assistance of ₹500 per delivery, 500 रुपए पर डिलीवरी रहेंगे regardless of the age of the pregnant woman and number of children. Focuses on poor pregnant women in all states with a special dispensation for low performing state. Special focus low performing state में रहेगा। Performance based incentive to women health volunteers known as ASHA for promoting institutional delivery among pregnant women. तो उन्हें performance based incentive मिलेंगे, या जितने ज़्यादा डिलीवरी करेंगे उतना ज़्यादा होगा। तो वही है अपना जो IMR और MMR का जो टारगेट है उसको पूरा करने के लिए रहेगा। 500 रुपये पर डिलीवरी वगैरह उनको दिया जाएगा और BPL प्रेग्नेंट वुमेन को और जो लो परफॉर्मिंग स्टेट उसमें स्पेशल फोकस वगैरह रहेगा और 100% सेंट्रली स्पॉन्सर्ड स्कीम रहेगी। जननी शिशु,
हाँ ये भी गलत, जननी शिशु सुरक्षा कार्यक्रम।
तो इसका ऑब्जेक्टिव है मिटिगेट करना द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ आउट ऑफ पॉकेट एक्सपेंसेस व्हिच प्रिवेंट्स इंस्टीट्यूशनल अटेंडेंस ऑफ प्रेग्नेंट वुमेन। तो आउट ऑफ पॉकेट ज्यादा हो जाता है उसके लिए। तो टू प्रोवाइड बेटर हेल्थ फैसिलिटीज फॉर प्रेग्नेंट वुमेन एंड सिक न्यूनेट जो भी पैदा हुए जल्दी बच्चे। फिर बेनिफिशियरी है प्रेग्नेंट वुमेन हु एक्सेस गवर्नमेंट हेल्थ फैसिलिटी फॉर द डिलीवरी। ठीक है, तो ऑब्वियसली वही होंगे। फिर फीचर रहेंगे जीरो एक्सपेंस डिलीवरीज, pregnant women are entitled for free drugs and consumable, free diagnostics, free blood whenever required, and free diet up to 3 days for normal delivery and 7 days for C-section in public institution. तो दवाइयाँ वगैरह, फ्री ब्लड वगैरह सब उनको दिया जाएगा 3 दिन के लिए, और जब नॉर्मल डिलीवरी होगी 7 दिन के लिए पब्लिक इंस्टीट्यूशन के वो C-section का अगर होगा तो। फिर entitled based approach, similar entitlements are there for all sick newborns and infants, उनके लिए भी रहेगा ऑब्वियस। free transport from home to institution. It supplements the cash assistance given to a pregnant woman under Janani Suraksha Yojana. It has no component for cash assistance within itself. तो वही जो ज़्यादा आउट ऑफ पॉकेट एक्सपेंसेस हो जाते हैं उसके लिए ये स्कीम लाई गई है। ये हेल्थ फैसिलिटीज़ वगैरह सब प्रोवाइड किया जाता है प्रेग्नेंट वुमेन के लिए और न्यूबॉर्न चाइल्ड के लिए रहेगा ये बेनिफिशियरी में। और दवाइयाँ वगैरह और डायग्नोस्टिक्स और ब्लड्स वगैरह दे सकते हैं उसको। नॉर्मल डिलीवरी हो तो 3 दिन के लिए सारे देंगे फैसिलिटीज़, और C-section होगा 7 दिन के लिए देंगे, और ये होम टू इंस्टीट्यूशन अपना ट्रांसपोर्टेशन भी देंगे।
कोई कैश असिस्टेंस एज सच इसके अंदर नहीं है, बट इसके अंदर जो मतलब ये सप्लीमेंट होता है बाय जननी सुरक्षा योजना जो ऊपर हमने देखा यहाँ पे वो कुछ कैश ₹100 पर डिलीवरी दे रहे थे। तो ये चीज़ था। आई थिंक आज यहीं स्टॉप करते हैं, और स्टडी वाला देखना ना।